Hello everyone, and welcome again to another LEGO Bionicle video. For today guys, here we are going to be looking at, and of course building and reviewing, the almighty secondary Glatorian Gresh. Now guys, this is set number 8980 for the ages of 7 to 16, containing 55 pieces, and of course was released in 2009. So guys, a bit of information about Gresh is the fact that he was of course part of the Jungle Tribe and under the ruling of the Element Lord of Jungle. Now what's interesting about Gresh guys is the fact that he actually had to work his way up in order to actually become the secondary Glatorian. So he was actually a trainee with the aspirations and the determination to become a Glatorian. And he was one of those youngsters that, had big amounts of potential. And of course, he proved that through winning all of his fights, surprisingly, in, of course, what was known as the Great Tournament. So once he actually had won the tournament and proved himself, after the passing away of the secondary Glatorian from the Jungle Tribe, he then took the position of secondary Glatorian, just under, of course, Vastus, who is known as the primary Glatorian. Now, you could think of Gresh as his apprentice. No, sorry, I should say that you could kind of think of Vastus' apprentice to be Gresh. Is that the way of saying it? Yeah, I think so. So Gresh obviously looked up to Vastus, and I believe Vastus actually trained Gresh a bit. I'm not exactly sure because he was still young at the time and was still learning as he was a Glatorian, or I should say a beginner Glatorian or a trainee Glatorian. So guys, anyway, moving forward into the storyline of Gresh, there was actually a turning point in Gresh's life. Now what actually happened was, guys, originally he traveled to Tarjun in order to have a practice match with Tarax, and as we all know, Tarax is the Water Tribe Glatorian, and of course the primary Glatorian, I should say. But anyway, other than that, he was waiting for him, but unfortunately, he did not come. And what actually was surprising to Gresh was the fact that he saw, obviously from a distance, a bunch of bone hunters coming his way towards the actual village. Now, as the Glatorian, or the secondary Glatorian, it was his duty to protect anyone that was weaker than him. And of course, he actually defeated the bone hunters in the actual, or I should say, in the actual invasion. And that was good. So the Agori got out just in time. They left the village. However, a second wave of enemies came by, and of course it was the Skrull warriors, and yeah, he actually got defeated there, almost close to death. However, thankfully, he was actually taken into the secret lab of course, Berix, who is known as the Water Tribe Agori, healed him to 100%, of course. And then from there, Matanui uses Kanohi Ignika to, of course, provide Gresh with these awesome, crazy upgrade weapons, which are known as the Blades, and of course provided him with the elemental powers that he has, as we know now. So guys, last thing to mention before we get into the build is this honorable yet beautiful quote by Gresh, and this is what it this is what he actually says to the actual Skrull on the sands of Barag Magna. And he says, "Surrender and I will let you live. If I surrender, I'll have nothing to live for." Now that is just the beauty about Gresh, guys. He holds the utmost amount of honor for himself, for his village, and just for the universe of Spherus Magna, guys. And that goes to show that he will not ever surrender against an enemy. If he has to die, he will die with honor and for the, of course, for the good of will. And that's the whole idea, guys. But anyway, let's get straight into the build. Oh, sorry guys, I just want to mention one more thing. Now, as you can see here, we are looking at Gresh's canister, and it's very different, of course, to Vastus. Now, if I put Vastus next to him, you can see there, guys, it has a very different layout, very different look, yet they're still, of course, released in the same year. Now, it's quite interesting. Why is Gresh like this? Now, of course, we know he is a secondary Glatorian. He's a primary Glatorian. Now, what's interesting is, if I bring in Kina in, there is Kina, as you can see there, and of course, she is known as the secondary Glatorian from the Water Tribe. Now, what's interesting is, why is her canister exactly like Vastus, but not like Gresh? You know, it kind of begs the question. But I guess then again, maybe because Kina and Vastus and Akar, possibly, and Stronius were all in the movie a lot more than Gresh. I don't know. but it's kind of odd, if you kind of get what I mean, guys, because Gresh's canister is so different, and you know, it just looks, I don't know, it just kind of looks odd, but I just wanted to let you know about that. Anyway, let's just get straight into the build. Okay guys, so let's get straight into it. Let's open this up, and let's see what pieces we get. Now I'm hoping this has all its pieces. If it doesn't, I'm gonna go crazy. No, I'm just kidding, I'm not. But anyway, let's just hope and pray that it has all the pieces. Now, of course, as we all know, this contains 55 pieces. I think exactly the same amount of pieces to Vastus, and of course a car, I think. But anyway, here is the booklet, and of course very different. You can see as well as that the symbol is very different. Now if I bring in of course Vastus again, see it kind of shows you like this. Of course when it says Glatorian Legends, it kind of I don't know why he's not considered a legend too, but maybe because he's a secondary. But then again, Kina has the legends symbol as well. I don't know. Anyway, I keep talking too much. So there's the build, guys. Pretty straightforward. Oh, there's an orange Bionicle headpiece there. Pretty cool. And just more stuff here. Wow. So many memories, guys. Oh, there's the scroll right there. Very cool. And there is just a nice picture there. I like that. That is a nice picture, I have to say. What else is there? Of course, here are the Agori, as we all know. Interesting. There's barracks there. We already built barracks. And of course I have the other ones as well, which we'll look at later on, of course. And here is Pharaoh and Skirmix and Tuma. Now I believe these guys are Titans. And yeah, quite expensive though to actually buy in all honesty on Bricklink and all that stuff. But anyway, let's get straight into the build. Okay guys, so let's get straight into it. Now of course this shouldn't be too difficult, you'd hope. Pretty standard build. Of course, very similar to the other builds from the Glatorian sets. But I've never done a secondary Glatorian before, so let's hope this, you know, this build goes well without any errors. But that goes in like that, and then what we need to do is to add this piece in like so. There we go. Then we need to add in this piece and this piece. Now, in terms of his build, I think it's quite similar to Vastus, except of course just specific armor pieces. Oh, whoops, wrong piece here. Well, we've already made a slight error, guys. Yeah, that's just meant to be a red piece, like so. And then we just need to stick this in. There we go. Just like that. And of course we need to just do the same thing on the other side. And that shouldn't be too hard. There we go. And stick in another one of these armor pieces. I have to say the armor pieces look really nice. I'm really liking them, to be honest. What do you guys think? I really like them kind of closed there, you know? You don't want to mess with the shoulder, and then you get kind of a massive stab there with 3 claws. Pretty cool stuff, I have to say. Nice and sharp as well. Now you can see, guys, I've already added the Bionicle headpiece and of course the Glatorian neck piece like so. And I don't know why I did that. Anyway, let's keep moving forward. Now we just need to add in his armor piece, and check that out, guys. That is pretty slim there, pretty sleek as well, pretty cool. Very different to Vastus, because Vastus doesn't actually have a body armor piece. He only has that little armor piece that normally sits on his leg, and that's pretty much it. Now of course, as you all know with my build, because I screwed it up and because I didn't have the piece, I had to use the piece that they gave me, and of course it was the Fantoka piece from Toa Liwa, which is interesting. But anyway, check that out, guys. That is pretty sick, I have to say. Now we just need to actually build his legs. So his leg build shouldn't be too hard. You know, I think it should be reasonably easy, to be honest. But hopefully. No, I'm just joking. It should be pretty easy. It's not too hard. Doesn't require any rocket science, if you get my point, guys. Anyway, so that's that. You can see there, though, guys, the structure of his actual leg is actually quite different to Vastus. Very interesting design there. Very cool, I have to say. But yeah, very different to Vastus. Just wanted to let you know about that. But anyway, so you can see there, guys, I've already added the upper leg piece, and I've connected it, of course, to the lower part, and I've connected it to the actual body. Now I'm just going to add in these pieces right here. Now, of course, this is meant to be kind of like the armor pieces for the leg. Exactly the same to the shoulders, I have to say, but still, hey, I like the design, so I'm not complaining. Look at that, guys. Wow. Check that out. I like that. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to place him on the side there temporarily, and now let's build his arms. Now his arms shouldn't be too difficult either. And simply enough, just stick that in like so. Stick in the actual arm, or say the hand fist piece. And there we go. And then we need to just add in this little pin right here. Like so. And then add in this piece. Now, wow, check that out, guys. It's a lot more thicker and bigger than the pieces in Vestas. Now, as we all know, this normally sits on his actual leg, and of course in the darker color. But this one here kind of protrudes outwards a bit more, and it's just a bit more thicker. Interesting piece. I like it, though. I like it. And then that's kind of, I think, the arm build, like so. And then, of course, we just need to build another one and then just attach it onto his actual body. There we go, just like that. And now his arms are complete. Now, finally, all we need to do is to build his weapon. Wow. Check out these blades, guys, and I am loving them. This is crazy. I really like the blend of colors there. The fade of the dark green to the light green to the dark green. It just looks sick. Definitely a nice jungle theme there look, of course, to his weapon. And wow, it is just, I think this has to be my favorite weapon now from the actual Glatorians. This is just great. Check it out, guys. Wow. So we need to attach it to this arm here first, I think. And it kind of goes underneath like so. So that's one right there, and then we need to build the Thornax launcher. Now that shouldn't be too difficult. Well, let's build that now. There we go, just like that. There it is, and we should just connect it on like so. Ah, we need to add in this piece. So stick it in here. There we go, and stick it into this arm right here. So how do we do that? Of course, then we need to finally just add the Thornax fruit. Stick it in like so. Add in his last blade, this one right here. Stick it in. It should be underneath this fist here, I think. Yep. So kind of like that. Just sits on like so. And then we just need to add in his Kanohi, and then we're done. So let's do that now. Let's put him in the splits and stick in the Kanohi. And wow. Check this out, guys. Whoa. Whoopsies, that fell. There it is. Check it out, guys. He kind of looks like an insect there, but I have to say, guys, come on. This has to be my favorite now. Wow. Gresh, you are awesome. Not only that, his personality is crazy as well. Like I mentioned from the quote, guys, you have to, come on, you have to be honest. Let's just say that he's the best. I don't know. But let me know, guys. Who's your favorite Glatorian? I'd really like to know, guys. Anyway, let's just stick that on now. Boom. There he is, guys. Check that out. Guys, the cool thing about this actual the set is the fact that with the weapons you can actually put the blades together, or as I showed you before, you can have one blade sticking right underneath his actual arm or his hand, and then one actually underneath his Thornax launcher. But I'm just gonna leave it like that because it just looks cool this way, to be honest. Gotta say though, guys, this just looks really, really nice here on the side. Thing as well as that, you can also do this as well if you really wanted to, but you know, it's just really up to you. Kind of looks cool as well, to be honest. Or if you really wanted to as well, you can get rid of the Thornax launcher, stick in like a size 10 axle piece in between, and then you can kind of have like a long spear, one blade here and one blade on this side as well if you really wanted to. So guys, in terms of articulation in the actual ankle, you can get quite a lot, you know, pretty standard articulation movements like so. And of course in the actual leg, same thing applies. I mean in the actual knee, sorry, I should say. You can bring it right back more, a lot more than Vestas and Akara, I should say. But yeah, still good articulation, and you can obviously move it forward as well, 90 degrees like so. Obviously, because we all know that with the other sets you can't actually move it 90 degrees. You can't even move it even slightly forward if that's the case, because a lot of the time there is a piece here that hinders the movement sometimes. And yeah, he's lucky enough to have this ability to move forward. And here you can also see, guys, right there is his armor piece. Now it's an interesting armor piece, you would say, because it's quite small, though I like the design. Don't get me wrong, guys, I really like the design, but it's quite small there, and I don't know if that can really protect him, to be honest. But anyway, since he is quite fast, I don't think he really needs protection anyway, since he has the attributes of being very quick, agile, and just super speedy, to be honest. But anyway, that's that. And what's interesting is that they have this black piece here. Now, it would have been better if it was in the dark green, of course. But then again, what can you do about that? So guys, moving up towards his actual body piece, you can see there is this awesome looking armor piece. Now of course we know that Vestus doesn't even have an armor piece like this. It's a very nice touch, I have to say. Very nice, slim, but big at the same time, of course, for Gresh, as we all know. Since he is quite fast, maybe he doesn't need something bulky, but you can imagine this would be lightweight, of course, and very nice. Now moving on towards his arm, you can see there's pretty standard enough articulation like so. You can get a lot of movement, very different of course to a car, because we know that a car has these shoulder pieces on the back and the front, which kind of hinder the movement a bit, just depending on how you position them. But anyway, this has a lot of movement, a free movement of course, except just towards the top there because of the actual armor pieces right here. Now he has a very interesting armor piece in the back here, and you know, it's quite small, but a lot bigger than of course the armor pieces that we have on the leg of Vestus. Now very similar though. Of course, nice in the light green color, but it's kind of, you know, he's kind of lacking a bit of armor pieces in the actual shoulder there, but maybe because he's quite agile, fast, he doesn't need to, since he is quite lightweight, possibly. But anyway, that's that, and range of motion in the actual elbow is pretty standard as well, and the armor piece fell off there, oh well. So you can get quite a bit of articulation in the actual elbow, and that's just great, to be honest, with this set as well. So as mentioned, guys, we have the armor pieces here, very, or I should say exactly the same to the ones on his actual leg there, as you can see, but still guys, I have to say the armor piece there looks great on him, very nice, gives him the agile type of look there of course, as well as that his Kanohi kind of looks sleek and slim, and that's just great about his actual look there, and I really like his Kanohi. It's, I think, one of the best things about his overall look, as well as his actual blades there you can see on the left, but I'll show you that later on. As well as that, I really like the orange look there of course with the Bionicle head. It kind of makes his Kanohi stand out more, makes him look more agile, and just gives him that nice beaming looking eyes there. I really like that. And of course the blend of colors there, so light to dark, and of course you can kind of see the touch there on the top of his Kanohi. That's just really nice. I really like that as well. And then you can kind of see how it kind of reminds me of Cell. If you guys know Cell from Dragon Ball Z, kind of has that mask looking type of thing across the lines. If you guys can just see it there, but I really like that. And of course I also like the blend of the dark green, and then it kind of goes down towards his armor piece there. That is just great. I really like that. But the blend of colors, guys, is just on point, to be honest. But anyway, I think I practically talked about the whole set. What's interesting about the set as well, guys, he doesn't actually have the game thing that the Glatorian Legends actually have. I think because this is just a Glatorian, possibly, and it was never part of the actual game, so maybe that's why, I don't know. But I just wanted to let you know about that, guys. And yeah, he's actually quite bare in the back as well, just to mention, guys. You can see if I just zoom out there isn't really much in the back, unfortunately. Well, actually nothing at all, except obviously these pieces right here, but these are for his legs. So yeah, he lacks quite a lot in the back, but then again, there isn't, yeah, there are only 55 pieces, to be honest, so yeah, what can you do about that? But now, guys, finally, let's actually look at his weapons. So as we know, guys, originally with his primary weapon, as we can see here, it is known as the blade. Now, these blades were actually found. He found them himself, and then what happened was Matanui actually upgraded his blades into these awesome looking blades, as you can see here. And he was also bestowed with the elemental power of air. And it's interesting how, you know, air jungle, it doesn't really make sense, but he was bestowed with that power. And you can imagine this weapon's also not only used for close combat, but for, I guess, a much longer range of combat as well, if that kind of makes sense. So close combat for meleeing, and possibly long range combat where possibly he might slice the weapon and kind of releases like an air cutting type of power, and maybe slices his foe from far, possibly. I don't know, something like that, but that's that. We have that as his primary weapon, and of course we have the typical weapon that we all know of, guys, and it is the Thornax launcher. Now, of course, with the Thornax launcher, pretty standard weapon, guys. I don't think I really need to talk much about this actual weapon. It has the Thornax fruit there, and then you can see the launcher there as usual, since all the Glatorians had them, even the secondaries and the primaries, so all of them had them. But let's test out the actual, you know, why not test it out, you know, guys? Let's just give it a test and see if this actually works. So, here we go. Oh, wow. Sorry about that, guys. The actual Thornax fruit fell off, but let's try it again. Hopefully this should work. Come on, why is it not working? Come on! Let's give this a go again. There we go. So it does finally work, and that's pretty much that. Just to clarify with you all, guys, I'm actually on the Biosector webpage at the moment, and I'm just going to clarify the actual blade. So it says here, the blades were found with a set of armor in the wasteland. So I was right about that. But then it says here, these replaced his jungle shield. Now, I wasn't really aware that he had a jungle shield, and they can be used to channel his air powers or for melee combat. So I was right about that. But I've never heard of the jungle shield. Now this must be the jungle shield, or this kind of must be what it looks like, possibly. I don't know. Is that what it looks like? I think it does. But anyway, that's what he originally wielded, and it was the jungle shield, and it was his primary weapon. And then, of course, that's how he kind of got blades later on. Just upgraded weapons pretty much, I think. But, yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Just one last thing to mention, guys, about the actual shield. Sorry, I keep saying that's pretty much it. But anyway, just to mention about the actual shield is that it kind of doesn't really look like a shield. Because you can see there's quite a few gaps inside the actual shield itself. And to me, it looks more like a blade, if anything, to be honest. I think it really suits him more as blades than as a shield, to be honest, but I guess that's my point of view about it. But now I can finally officially say, guys, I think that's everything I've covered. So, with that said, guys, I really hope you all have enjoyed my Let's Build and review on the secondary Glatorian Gresh. Now, of course, I have many more other Glatorians to review, guys, so please stay tuned for that. If you have enjoyed this video, guys, please do like this video. Of course, subscribe to my channel and share my videos around, of course, as well as the channel. That will be very greatly appreciated. But again, guys, thank you so much again for watching. I really hope you all have enjoyed it. As mentioned, I keep saying this all the time. Stay tuned for more videos to come. Have a great day, everyone. I will be talking to you all very soon. Bye-bye.